Hey, happy campers, Todd here at Great American RV, talking about how to set up our SlimRack slides or override if we have an issue with them. We want to make sure we have that kind of rack on the side, as well as a push button system like this right here. And if you do, stay tuned. So here's our power gear control right here. Ignition is going to have to be on, so let me kick that on real quick. All right, so if we ever have an issue with our slide out, maybe we're getting fault codes, anything like that, our ignition needs to be on, part brake needs to be engaged. And when I say ignition on, generally started. If you're not plugged in, you want to go ahead and crank it. If you are plugged in, you can just turn the ignition on, that's fine too. But it'll give you those two markers right there on the side. Now, if you have a fault code, there's a bunch of them. I'm not going to go over all those, but generally, if you have a fault code and your slide will not operate, this is how to override it. And then I'm also going to show you how to set your ins and your outs. All right, so if you unscrew the panel out of there, look on the back, and you're going to have motor 1, motor 2, motor 3, motor 4. Generally, you're going to have two motors on your slide out, and then on the back, you're going to see you have your clear fault switch right here. So to clear your fault, you're going to hold this down, and now your light is going to start blinking. Okay, so from here, our slide out is currently in the out position. You always set your in position first, and you can do that. Motor 1, motor 2. We're going to hold these two down, and we're going to run our slide out in. All right, once we've ran our slide out in, we want to come take a look at it. We want to make sure that we're good and compressed on all our seals. We're nice and even all the way through. We don't have any gaps on either side. And your motor is going to be on the top, so it's not uncommon for it to be tight up top and then a little loose here at the bottom. As long as your seals are making contact here, you're in good shape. So from this point, we have our in portion set up and ready to go. We're going to move to our out. All right, so before we move to the out, let's say that one of the sides is not quite in all the way. So we choose motor 1 or motor 2, hold down that in button, and then we're going to push in or out. And then you can figure out from there which motor it is, and then bump that motor in until it's tight enough and you're good to go. So once you're ready to move to the out position, you hit your button down here at the bottom, which I already did. You're going to see your red light start blinking. That means it is set and ready to do your out. So same thing, we're going to hold these two buttons down, hold our out, and run that slide out. Now, if we want to bump it back in for whatever reason, you can swap, you can go back in, you can go out, whatever you need to do. All right, so we've now got our out all the way out, and same thing. You want to check down your sides, make sure all your seals are good. You want to make sure that your fascia isn't all bent over and wacky. Your slide out isn't crooked, anything like that. If it is, like I said, just go back to motor 1 or just motor 2 and bump in or out, figure out which side is off, and then run that slide out to get it evened out. Once we have that set point done, we hit the bottom button right there again. You'll see the lights flash real quick, and now it is set. So before you ask, you're going to see motors 3 and 4 on that block as well. 3 and 4 would be if we actually had a slide lock on here that would come out and press against the wall. That would be to control those motors. You're generally only going to find that on the big diesels and stuff. Most commonly, you're just going to have motors 1 and 2 operate the motors that are located up right behind that wiper seal. You would also use the same procedure if you had to change out that keypad and put a new one in there for whatever reason. This is programming that slide out for that key button pad. So anytime you change that out, reset your ins and outs, use as override if things get stuck. Most commonly, this is going to get you out of that jam. But before you do it, make sure that you don't have anything in the way of your slide outs and stuff, because this also cuts off that amp out system. So generally, if you have something in the way, your slide out is going to stop because it amps out on that motor. It feels pressure on it. So this absolutely gets rid of that system, and it's just an override. All right, so when you're resetting those limits, you want to make sure nothing is in the way. It's also good to have a second person out there watching it, either inside or outside, whichever way you're going. But that's the gist of it. I hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Keep following here at Great American, where we bring the how-to to you.